Hello, students. No funny intro this time. I made one for the previous video, and I'm making two videos today. Well, two videos this week, and the other one I filmed yesterday. But hard to come up with ideas constantly, and also the editing takes a lot of time. And to be honest, I'm trying to switch the editing software I use, and it ends up taking forever to relearn. And so this video, I'm going to be simple. We're just going to cut right to it. Bam, bam, bam. We're going to go through, and we are going to review what makes up an essay. Now, the majority of you actually did quite a good job with your essay structures in the first essay, but a decent number not. Because of that, I'm going to make this video. If you feel like your structure is already good, you can kind of skip through a little bit. You don't have to watch the whole thing. But if you have problems, if I mentioned you have problems or you don't feel comfortable, watch this video. It's not going to be that long. All right, and first things first, we got a quote from William Faulkner. Read, read, read. Read everything. Trash, classics, good and bad, and see how they do it. Just like a carpenter who works as an apprentice and studies the master. Read. You'll absorb it. Then write. If it's good, you'll find out. If it's not, throw it out the window. Literary master William Faulkner. And what's he say? In order to be a good writer, you have to be a good reader. That's how you absorb the information. That's how you learn. And the truth, it's also true with academic writing, in that the more academic papers we read, we see the style, we see the format, we see the form, we see the language. I talked about it before, choosing parts of the language that we want to use going forward. That's all important. Okay, now let's talk about our writing structure. First, start off simple with the paragraph. As you know, you can probably break it down very simply. We start with the alphabet, A, B, C, and then we put that together and we make words, And then we put words together and we make sentences. And then we put sentences together and we make paragraphs. Finally, we put the paragraph together to make the essay. But I'm sure you know the alphabet, your vocabulary probably fine. Sentence stuff, we'll go through again and again, but not today. The paragraph. At its most simple, what should a paragraph look like? And in my opinion, even the simplest paragraph should have at least 5 sentences. So what does that mean? We should have a topic sentence, which comes first. It tells us what the paragraph is about, right? In our topic sentence, remember, we need to have the main idea and the controlling idea. We need the topic and we need our opinion. A topic sentence shouldn't only be a fact. It should include our opinion or our argument in it. So our topic sentence comes first. Then, in the body, we should have at least three supporting details that back up our key point. And then finally, at the end, we need a conclusion. In this case, why is it important? Why should we care? So, for example, let's say we are talking about Stevie Wonder. You know the musician Stevie Wonder? Pretty famous. Anyway, we're talking about Stevie Wonder, and let's say so the topic is Stevie Wonder, and we need an opinion, right? So we say, Stevie Wonder is the greatest musician of the 20th century. All right, that sounds good. But now we want to know why. So we need three reasons to back that up. Number one, he has sold... I don't have any facts or statistics. I'll fill it in later. He has sold millions and millions of records. Number two, he has won many, many, many awards. Number three, he has reached the Billboard charts with so many different songs and so many different albums. There's our 3 points. And then for our conclusion, what do we say? It's important to recognize Stevie Wonder's musical contributions to the 20th century, right? Maybe we don't want to forget about a musical genius, something like that. And so that's our paragraph. Now, so what's interesting here is that also could be the outline for our essay. We have our main idea, we have 3 key points, we have our conclusion, right? So, if we wanted to make an expanded paragraph, of course, we build up more information below the key points of facts and details. But we're going to focus on the essay here. So let's jump ahead. We got the paragraph. Now, how do we make an essay out of this? Well, what's nice is we have that outline, we have the format, so we want to build upon it, right? And when we talk about a basic essay structure, normally we are thinking about a 5-paragraph essay. Interestingly enough, we have the introduction, which is similar to the topic sentence of a paragraph. We have the 3 body paragraphs, which are the supporting details, just like in the paragraph. And then we have the conclusion. Similar, right? So all we need to do is expand those ideas. And how do we expand? Okay, let's look at the introduction. The first thing here that we need is a hook. Hooks are hard. We'll focus more on them later. The basic here is that you want something that's going to grab people's attention. Normally, not a simple question. Do you like music? Not very interesting. But let's think about the Stevie Wonder example here a little bit. We could make a hook that's very interesting, right? Some people who lose one of their senses gain the ability to use their other senses more strongly, right? You know, you've seen Daredevil in the comics. He's blind, but he can do all this stuff. Stevie Wonder's also blind. Good. Now, in the middle part of the introduction, we like to use what's called the funnel introduction. It starts out broad and works its way down. So from the hook, we're talking about someone who has lost a sense, right? That could be anyone. In the middle part, we can say, this can be seen particularly that blind people can read Braille with their fingertips. But if I touch Braille with my fingertip, I can't feel anything. There's no way I could do it. In other cases, people will make up for their lack of sight with a great sense of hearing. In some cases, this leads to people who have very strong musical talents. For example, Stevie Wonder is blind and an excellent musician. All right, there's our funnel, right? It comes down from broad into talking about Stevie Wonder. And then we want our thesis statement at the bottom of that introduction. We say, Stevie Wonder is the most influential musician of the 20th century, which is shown by his record sales, his awards, and his chart performance. Good. Now you see the thesis statement, it's like a topic sentence, but we added some signposting. You have the main idea, Stevie Wonder. You have the controlling idea, most influential musician. And then we have the signposting, album sales, awards, chart performance. That's telling us what the 3 key points are going to be. So that's our introduction. Now we move on to the body, and the body paragraphs more or less directly follow the paragraph format from before. We need a topic sentence at the top, right? The topic sentence has the main idea plus the controlling idea. In this case, we're talking about Stevie Wonder, of course, and the first one is about record sales. So we can say, Stevie Wonder's record sales in the 20th century are extremely impressive. His record sales is the main idea, that they are impressive is our controlling idea. And then we go on. We have 3 reasons why, you know. We use facts and statistics here. Remember, we want to do a quote. According to Rolling Stone magazine, blah, 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 direct quote, citation, so on. He has sold over so many million albums. Direct quote to, I don't know where you would find that information, Billboard or something. Because of this amazing amount of record sales, we know that his music has reached a large number of people. It's amazing. And then the last sentence of the body, we want to be a transition. So we want to go from record sales was the first one, right? And then the second topic here would be his awards. So not only is Stevie Wonder loved by the individual listeners, but critics also enjoy his music. We're transitioning. And then the next body paragraph would start off, we know that Stevie Wonder is very influential because critics love him and he has won many awards. And then blah, blah, blah. We follow the same thing. I'm not going to go through all three, but you get the point. All right. Now, jumping ahead to the conclusion. When we make our conclusion, first we want to restate the thesis. This essay has shown that Stevie Wonder is an extremely influential musician. In fact, we have shown that he is the most influential musician of the 20th century. He has sold so many millions of records. Additionally, he has won so many different awards. And also, he has really topped the charts in a variety of countries or whatever. I don't have the facts in front of me, sorry. And then finally, why should we care about this? Because Stevie Wonder is getting older and musical tastes are changing, it is important to recognize his greatness while he is still alive. So, it would be nice if everyone would go on YouTube and listen to a Stevie Wonder song today. The end. There we go. Now we have an essay. It's all organized, it's easy, it's laid out nicely. All right? Again, if you have any questions about the format, feel free, put a comment underneath, email me, whatever, ask me in class. Until then, happy studying.